right? At what point, when you're gonna make a right turn, at what point do you turn and you know that you're not going to hit the curve? At what point? You just know. Khalas, that's it. That's same thing. Same. Sometimes you turn late. Yes or no?
Yes.
Sometimes you turn early. But if you're an experienced driver, most of the time you get it right. But sometimes you're off.
Sometimes you're
Same
not.
thing. Off. Mhm.
هلا قدام مثلا إذا ما سويتها right when I'm reading يعني I didn't put like 6 حركات ولا عادي.
So I heard a story, I'm not sure like if it's authentic or not, about one of the Masri Shaykh, big scholar, Sheikh Amir Sayyid Uthman, may Allah have mercy on him, and he was one of the people that endorsed the furja. So keeping a gap between your lips when you're applying qalb or iqlab, right? وهم بالآخرة إخفاء شفوي من بعد. So he was like making people do it. So one of the other شيخ asked him يعني حيخش النار يعني لو أطبق الشفتين حيخش النار يعني is he gonna go to hell if he closes his lips with إخفاء الشفوي? He said طبعا لا. كان خلاص متخليه بقى ما تسيبه بقى. He said let him do his thing, it's fine. It's not something to fight over. تدريب. So if you have short breath, you have to practice. Take a deep breath before you recite. Before you say, take a deep breath, and then release your breath slowly. And it's not smart to eat on a full stomach. Or not to eat on a full stomach. To recite on a full stomach. So generally, you shouldn't eat a lot. I wish I would take my own advice. Right. So we're good with that? Halas? All right. This guy can get a little tricky. So before I talk about the compulsory in a letter, before I talk about this, I want to talk about the letters. Okay? Yes.
What does it say?
In a letter. It's not clear?
No, I don't have my glasses.
Oh, you don't have your glasses. I'm sorry. In a letter. Yeah, harfi. So the harfi is what exists in what's called al-huruf al-muqatta'a. Al-huruf al-muqatta'a. Al-huruf al-muqatta'a. Or they're the broken apart letters. So basically like alif, lam, mim. Right? Alif, lam, mim, sad. I'm trying to do them in order. Alif, lam, ra. Alif, lam, mim, ra. Kaf, ha, ya, ain, sad. Kaf, ha, ya, ain, sad. Sorry, what? I'm talking about al-huruf al-muqatta'a. So when we say in a letter, what are we talking about? We're talking about the letters that are at the beginning of the surahs. بس قبل حامي وعين سين قاف في حاجة ولا مفيش؟ في طه. طه. ايش كمان؟ طه سين ميم. طه سين ميم. طه سين. صاد. ياسين قبل الصاد.
ياسين صاد.
ياسين صاد.
حاميم قاف.
then حاميم. then عين سين قاف.
قاف.
then قاف. I think that's it, right? Is there anything else? Am I missing anything? Yeah, right? I think that's it. Right? So these letters are these letters are 4 categories. All right, I will write them in letters. This is the first one. That's the first category. The second category is and the third category is, and the fourth category is, so these are 4 categories. Yeah. Exactly. What's a letter? Alif is a letter, Lam is a letter, Mim is a letter. The one is Alif Lam Mim Sad. It's a different word. It's a different surah. It's a different combination. Right? Alif Lam Ra, Alif Lam Mim Ra is a different combination. Kaf Ayn Sad, Ta Sin, Ta Ha, Ta Sin, Ta Sin Mim. Those are the only combinations in the whole Quran. If you want to be more familiar with the Quran, then you know that. The more you want to be familiar with the Quran, the more you have to know. But if you don't want to be more familiar with the Quran, then you don't have to know. Up to you. Write it, remember it, check on it every once in a while, so that you know it. So the letters, when it comes to the long med, right? Because that's what we're talking about med, are 4 categories. First category, the letters for the first category is sanaqussu lakum. The letters for the second category is hayyun tahur. The letter for the third category is ayn, which stands alone. And the letter for the fourth and final category is alif. What are these categories? How do they work? We'll talk about that now, inshallah. Any questions? No questions? Yep. 1 for each color. So the letter combinations you see above, right? They are 14 letters in total. And these are the 14. The 4 categories have 14 letters total. Okay, we're good? So, the first category is 3 letters with med in the middle. Okay. So seen, you say guys, is that clear? So that's with all of this, all of these. Noon, qaf, صاد, lam, kaf. Exactly. So that's the first category. It's 3 letters. The med in the middle. Where's Maryam today? Maryam Mahmoud. طارق. وفي ثلاثي الحروف وجد والمد وسطه فحرفي بدا. بس تحفظ الأطفال. Yes, so each one of these letters, how it is pronounced is different from how it is written. This is how it's pronounced. 3 letters. Seen is 1 letter. Ya is the 2nd letter. Noon is the 3rd letter. And the middle letter is a med letter.
This is what you explained.
Yes. So that's the first category. This first category is what's here. Okay? The other categories, not necessarily. Alright? So, when we talk about compulsory med, this is what we're talking about. سنقص لكم.
So the C
Comes after the med. Right? 2 guys.
because we have to do the math. So this one because it's gonna be compulsory. We have to do 6 now.
Okay, that's clear?
This is for all those letters.
This,
سنقص
yes.
لكم.
So see, is here, is here, is here, is here.
So whenever we pronounce it, it's kind of like this 3 letter and a mark in the middle.
Seen. Noon is here only. Qaf is here and here. Sad is here and here and here. Lam is here. Kaf is here. Mim is here. How many? عفوا ما سمعت عفوا عدد الأحرف المقطعة تقصدي عدد السور التي فيها حروف مقطعة؟
عدد الحركات.
6 عدد الحركات 6.
إذا كان في هذا if it's one of these then this is what this is 6. إذا كان واحد من هذه الأحرف 6 حركات هو المد اللازم الحرفي. يعني if it's one of these letters إذا كان أحد سنقص لكم يعني وجوب 6 حركات هو المد اللازم الحرفي. If it's one of the سنقص لكم letters, then it's going to be the compulsory med that is in a letter. Yeah.
Like C, that has a med, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
While hat, so
I'll tell you. The answer is coming. Don't worry. Everything I write on the board shall be explained. Do not rush. Okay? We're good with سنقص لكم? The literal meaning of this sentence is we shall tell you the story, basically, or we shall convey.
What's the thing?
سنقص لكم.
Okay, let's tell you the story.
Okay. So this is one of the ways to say it. Another one they say is they say نقص عسلكم, and they add the ayn to this category. نقص عسلكم. It,
Where's the eye?
that's the ayn is here.
Oh, I see.
They add the ayn to this category, or they say كم عسل نقص. That's in تحفة الأطفال. So the ayn is also added, but that's not. It's not being very what's the word I'm looking for? Particular. It's not precise, because there's a nuance that's missing. So with the ayn, it is also 3 letters, right? With what? Lean in the middle. Lean in the middle. So see the difference between sin and ayn? It's nuanced. I mean, it's like it's the same, but not really. There are similarities and differences. So, with this one, it has to be 6 counts, compulsory. And I'll write them under there later on. But with this one, it can be 4 or 6. من طريق الشاطبية. By way of شاطبية, it can be 4 or 6. By way of طيبة, it can be 2, 4 or 6. So you can say كاف ها يا عين صاد. That's permissible from طريق الطيبة. But from طريق الشاطبية, 4 or 6 only. كاف ها يا عين صاد. That was 4.
How is it 4?
The ayn part. Only the ayn. The ayn is what I'm talking about. Or 6. كاف ها يا عين صاد.
6.
6.
Isn't that so familiar?
غنة. This is because nun sakina followed by a sad becomes إخفاء. إخفاء حقيقي.
the part of it,
Part of what?
part of the 4 5.
The ay part. The n part is إخفاء. So this is what you're saying. You're saying watch what I'm writing. Kaf. So you have noon sakina followed by sad. What's the rule? عي, that's this part. And then إخفاء. صاد. Get it? So that part is called إخفاء, concealing.
I know it's what I'm saying.
What?
Like I ain't say I am.
So the I part, the ye part is 4 or 6. The part is إخفاء, which is 2. 2 counts.
Okay, that's all.
الألف صاد ده مادة عرض السكون.
عرض السكون مين؟ فإذا عرض السكون مين؟
مش عرض السكون.
لأنه عارض means that the sukun is sometimes. If you connect, there's no sukun.
اوكي هنا هيقف.
Right?
صاد.
But if you connect, you say صادو ولا صادا ولا صادي.
You connect this.
Yeah. Everything can be connected in the Quran. From start to finish. كاف ها يا عين صاد ذكر رحمة ربك.
طب ايه المادة؟
طب ايه رأيك انت؟ مش عارفة ليه؟ So what vowel does it have? The dal.
الدال.
Sukun. What if you connect?
في سكون.
Sukun. طب
أمد إيه؟ مد لازم. أنا اتلخبطت.
caused by sukun. What happened?
No, we're wondering why would we say calf, not calf by itself? Why the F?
Good question. Why do you say foot and not ut? Why the F? Why do you say foot and not ut without the F? Why do you say foot and not foo without the T? Why?
But the love,
Answer the question.
because that's a complete word.
Because that's what the word is.
So it's a word, it's not a letter? Maybe?
So, letters have names and sounds. Letters have two things. They have a name and they have a sound. How could you recognize what letter you are going to say if you can't give it a name? Right? What letter should I write? And you can't tell me what the name is. Right, but what if you can't write? So these are letters, but I mean, if you want to get technical, they're the names of the letters.
But the ayn also means something else as a word. Like it could be ayn as an eye or ayn as a well.
A bee could be a letter and an insect that stings you if you mess with it. لا ندخل شعبان في رمضان. لسه ما جينا. Don't put شعبان in Ramadan. Those are two different things.
So these letters, yes, letters, they cross by sukun, so these are mad lazim.
So the med that lies within the letters سنقص لكم are lazim because they're caused by a sukun that is unchangeable, unchanging. And how do we know this? This is how the Prophet ﷺ recited. He didn't say kafun hayun aynun. Can he say kafun hayun ya'un aynun sadun? He didn't say it like that. So Quran, we just take it as it is. Those who don't read the Quran, don't learn the Quran, they will say kahayas. That's how they would say it. Kahayas.
No, but they won't know how to say that.
Alright? So is that clear? سنقص لكم clear. Ayn is clear. So Ayn and سنقص لكم are similar. The difference is with Ayn, it's 4 or 6. It's optional to do 4 or 6. Okay. Hamim Ayn Sin Qaf. That's 4 for Ayn. Or Ayn Sin Qaf. Okay? Questions? No questions. Alright. Hayyun Tahar is 2 letters. The second is mad. The example is ha, ta, ha. There's no hamza. You don't say ha. It's just ha. Get it? Get it. So what type of med is this? What kind of med is this? طبيعي. Original. Asli. So طبيعي is the length. طبيعي يعني طول المد. يعني قصير. طبيعي means it's a short med. Asli means that there's no cause for it. So these are 2 different considerations.
You're talking about all those letters or just the rock?
حي طهر.
Because you didn't put the rock.
I didn't put the yah there either. Those are examples. All right, we're good? With the alif, there's no med.
Is one letter? No?
A, li. 3 letters.
Oh, it's 3 letters, no matter.
This is what you see, this is what you get. You see what you get. No? So the letters that are at the beginning of the surahs, which are these are all of them, by the way. Some of them are repeated. Hamim, there's 7 of them. Tasim Mim, there's 2 of them. Alif Lam Ra, I think it's 4. What is it? Yunus, Hud, Yusuf, Ibrahim, Al-Hijr. 5. So Alif Lam Ra is 5. Alif Lam Mim Ra is Ra'd only. Kaf ha ya ain sad is 1, Taha is 1, Tasin Mim is 2, Tasin is 1, Yasin is 1, Sad is 1, Hamim is 7. Ain Sin Qaf is with Hamim at one of the surahs. Qaf and Noon are 1 1. Alif Lam Mim is how many? You have Baqarah, Ali Imran, and then you have what?
We have
Ankabut, Rum,
3.
Luqman, Sajda, 4. So 5 altogether. 6 altogether. Alif Lam Mim is 6. Alif Lam Mim Sad is 1. So these letters are split into 4 categories. One of the categories is 6. So for example, in Alif Lam Ra, you have Alif that has no med, and you have Lam that's here, and you have Ra that's here. Alif Lam Ra. Yeah? With Tasin, you have one here and one here. Tasin. We're good, inshallah? Yeah. So if we were to do like a course for practice, what day or days would be good? Only Saturdays.
No Sunday? You said days. That's why I put Sunday.
Yeah, I said days, but not Sunday.
I don't know if people are willing to come after.
Friday after Juma? After Juma?
Fridays and Saturdays?
After
I
Asr?
thought Juma we won't be,
So Saturdays it is.
if you're gonna do it at Maghrib, yeah.
At Maghrib?
Fridays.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. So Saturdays. Inshallah, I'll set up a format, inshallah.
You could do 1 hour.
But you have to do well on the test. If you don't do well on the test,
You can join.
I'm wasting my time with y'all.
Just
No
try.
offense. No offense.
Just try.
No offense.
You never know.
Yeah.
What if you don't do well in test where you're willing to
You
like
can do it again. You take the test again.
So you
Unlimited tries, huh? Is the heat on? Yes. Yes.
You want some? Is that working?
So the point of the test is not to break your spirit. The point of the test is to challenge you and for you to learn. That's the point of the test. So if you mess up, if you don't do well the first time, you'll do it again, inshallah. Yeah. The test is going to be on your own time.
You may do bad on the test, but with practice, we will maybe remember what you teach us.
You'll do well on the test. Open book. Test is open book. You can have 25 books with you.
But you only have 2 hours.
If you only have 2 hours.
And we don't have the test after the practice.
I'm sorry, what?
Why not have the test after the practice?
Because when people are corrected, generally, they get upset. Okay? Yes, I have experience. But if you know what's going on and you understand, you can ask a question, what is the issue? And if the teacher cannot explain it, maybe they shouldn't be teaching. Right? And if the teacher explains it and you don't understand, maybe you need to take this course. Yes. You can use whatever you want.
Is this test on a computer? Because
Yes.
I cannot use a computer.
That's why you ask Mariam to help you. Bonding experience. Opportunity for bonding. Mom-daughter bonding. All right. Can we move on? جيد. إن شاء الله. Any questions?
She said she would take
Are we good with this? We're good, inshallah?
I just wanted to say, like, I have never taken this type of course, but I feel like this is like a getaway for me. Like, this is like has opened doors for me to know things. So I'm not saying that I will do entirely on the test. Why not, inshallah, with the practice, I will connect the dots.
You're fine. You'll do well on the test. Don't worry. So one of the jobs of the teacher is to make his students nervous. All right. So all of these, kaf, ayn, and sad, are in a letter and they are light. Light, yani, there's no shadda. No shadda.
So Tumma is heavy.
Thumma is heavy but has nothing to do with mid.
So they have a chapter in this letter, these cut letters.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which one? Which
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah.
This one?
Uh-huh.
You see a shadda?
Because you say these are
Light. Yes.
Yeah, it's not light.
So yeah, I'm talking about compulsory in a letter are these. 1, 2, 3. These are not compulsory men.
No, they're not, because you say they have two.
Right.
Okay.
They're not compulsory men. So lam is the only one that's heavy. Lam mim. Lam is the only one of sanaqussu lakum that is heavy. The only one. I can't hear you.
So what we call heavy and light, is the letters or the pronunciation?
So this is
Light.
why? No shadda. Huh? No?
You said lamp is light.
Forget about that. For this, why is this light?
I was thinking it's light because those letters, they are light. That's what I was thinking.
Okay. So heavy is because there's a shadda. وَلَلضَّالِّينَ equals ضَالِّينَ. So that means that is doubled. That means it is heavy.
No, makes sense.
It's doubled.
Because they have shadda, that's why.
So a shadda is a doubled letter. Shadda is another word for shadda is heavy. ثقيل مثقل.
So do you call
So the name of this med is compulsory, in a word, heavy. Heavy, compulsory in a word. Or heavy in a word, compulsory. لازم كلمي ثقيل مثقل. Okay? So lazim has 4 categories. Compulsory has 4 categories. In a word, if it's in a word, it's either heavy or light. In a letter, if it's in a letter, it's either heavy or light.
Wait, lazim means you have to.
Lazim means it's 6 counts. Lazim is referring to the sukoon. The sukoon is unchanging. عفوا ما سمعتك. لأنه لام ميم بعدها ميم. ميم ساكنة بعدها ميم متحركة. مش كأنها مشددة.
Every letter that has a shadda is heavy.
Outside of this,
No.
outside of this whole thing, any letter with a shadda is considered heavy. But the heaviness that the shadda is a different consideration from the heaviness of the characteristics that we were talking about.
That's the
Like
one I
sad
was
and dad and ta and ba, that's a different consideration.
So
It's
this
the same word, but it's a different consideration. The same word in English. In Arabic, they use thaqil.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
What we keep wrong.
yeah. It's a different consideration.
Because this one has a shadda that in the letter is 2 letters.
Yes. It's thick. What's the question?
I was about to ask you the question about the
Right, so lam, the letter lam. The med of the letter lam is heavy. The rest of sanaqussu lakum is all khafif. Right, sanaqussu lakum, only the lam is the one that is thaqil. So this part is only the lam. That part is all the rest. Sanaqussukum qasya. Ah.
Because you said
سنقصكم. What's that? What's that?
I'm confused now.
Why are you confused?
So this one, the alif lam mim, you're talking about the alif lam mim in Baqarah, those 3 letters?
In Baqarah, Ali Imran, Rum,
Yeah, but you're talking
Ankabut.
about those 3 letters?
So the lam part,
Because you say lam.
there's 2 men. There's lam and then there's mim.
And the lam.
So
and
the lam part is heavy.
The lam and whether mim sukun or non sukun.
So I'll make it clearer. This is how you say it. So you have a meme that doesn't have a vowel, followed by a meme with a vowel. 2 of the same letter. 2 of the same letter is going to equal 1 letter with a shadda. 1 meme with a shadda. So that meme is heavy. It's heavy because it has a shadda. If it has a shadda, that means it's thaqil.
The
So
mim is heavy or the lam is heavy? That's why I'm confused.
So when I say lam, lam has 3 letters. 1, 2, 3. Okay? This is 1 letter. All of this is 1 letter. Okay? So that 1 letter is heavy.
What's the reason for it?
What part of the letter is heavy? This part of the letter.
Because it's another mim coming after?
Pretty much.
Because
The reason we say it's heavy is because it has a shadda.
the
La, and then you say that is called a shadda.
That's why I'm confused.
Why are you confused, my sister?
Because this name is part of the lam. When you say lam, it's lam, alif, mim.
So there's lam, and then there's another meme right after it.
But that's a separate letter though.
But you're saying it together. So when you're saying it together, you don't say alif lam. I mean, قراءة Abu Ja'far, he says alif lam mim. In that case, it's not heavy.
Because like over here, it's easier. Like the dog has a shadda and the lam has a shadda. That means the letter is double.
So the dad, the shadda on the dad has nothing to do with the mad.
For each letter we have to follow also ahkam tajweed, not only
The shadda on the dad has nothing to do with the mad. What the mad is about what's after the mad. There's a sukoon after the mad. This is the sukoon. And that sukoon that's after the mad, it's a heavy sukoon. How do we know it's a heavy sukoon? Because that letter is doubled. That's what heavy means. Heavy means the letter is doubled.
That's why I'm confused on this one.
So meme,
Because these two
Meme.
names are different for me.
right? For everybody, it's different, but they're together. You're saying them together.
So that's why it goes back to the lam. Say the lam is heavy.
The meme is heavy because you're saying it together. You're not separating between them. You're saying them in one breath.
No, because so because the meme is heavy, that why the half lam is heavy.
Because the meme that is part of the lam is heavy. تفضل.
إذا أخذنا ألف لام راء هو مد لازم حرفي بس مخفف.
خفيف.
مو
نعم صحيح.
مظبوطة؟
يعني سنقص لكم كله.
يعني
So lam is only heavy with alif lam mim.
بس
And alif lam mim sad. You're right. Because alif lam ra is not heavy.
yeah.
Alif lam ra. So this lam is light, but there's no shadda
This
after
is
it.
the word I was thinking about. But since you said the lam is heavy, and I don't know.
Right. So the lam is heavy and alif lam mim. Right.
This one, okay. There's some cases.
One case, alif lam mim and alif lam mim sad. So if there's a meme after it. طيب, any questions? All right, Bismillah. One last thing to say about the compulsory med. When the compulsory med is heavy, in practice, it needs to be clear that it's heavy. And how do you do that? You do that by adding an extra emphasis at the end, just before the letter with a shadda. For example, وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ. You say وَلَا, and I will exaggerate by the way. وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ. Same. But when it's not heavy, you don't do that. ألف لام را الحاقة. I did that one normal. وحاجه قومه. But with الآن, no. الآن وقد. تفضل. تجيبي النبر على ما قبل الشدة، على ما قبل المشدد، على ما قبل المشدد. ولا الضالين. ضالين.
Do you have to do that?
Yeah. The same way you have to elongate it six counts. So, we have two options for the rest of the day. The first option is we start on a new topic that has to do with stopping and starting. Okay? First option. I mean, there are three options. Second option is we can bring mushafs and we can do some practice. The third option is we can call it quits and go home.
You can do the stopping.
Do the stopping?
Practice, that's-
Okay, so we're gonna do a show of hands. Who wants to practice?
Bring up?
Yes.
Like with the Muslim.
Recitation, yes.
I mean, I don't want to practice, but I want to do the stopping, I guess.
So if we don't do the starting and stopping today, we'll do it next week Saturday.
But if you do the stopping, it will be easier to go and practice it.
Is it long?
Well, it depends on how deep we go. If we go deep, it'll take all year.
It's good to know a little bit about it.
We can do it.
But
Whatever everybody decide on with it. What do you think?
all right, so first we want to get terms out of the way. Stopping. الوقف. Pausing.
But those are two different things, right?
Yes. A second. And what am I looking for? Let's say discontinue. Okay, with these two, let's say cutting. They're both cutting. Huh? Cutting. Recitation. Well, all of them actually are cutting recitation. Right? But with these two, let's just say cutting recitation. With these two, you have with intention. To continue. Okay, so both stopping and pausing, you cut recitation, your intention is to continue. However, for stopping, there's enough time to take a breath? Enough time to take a breath. For stopping. Right? With pausing, not enough time to take a breath. Not enough time to breathe. Okay. The last one intention to do a different activity. Right. So all of them are discontinuing your recitation. Okay. Stopping and pausing, or al-waqf was sakt, you intend to continue. When you pause, there's an intention to continue. Stopping is longer. Right? How long? It's enough time to take a breath. Maybe you can take more breaths. You take 10 breaths, take 5 breaths, that's fine. But the least amount of time is the amount of time one would take a breath. For sakt, there's not enough time to take a breath. Examples. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So what was that? Stop it. Waqf. How do you know?
Because you paused and you had
Enough time to take a breath. What if I say الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم? What was that? Pause. Why? What's important is not taking a breath. What's important is the time.
The time is not enough to take a breath.
Listen again. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم. So stop. Why? It's enough time to take a breath. But I didn't take a breath. That's fine. You don't have to. Okay? It's not necessary that you take a breath. So, most places in the Quran, when you discontinue while you're reciting, it's going to be stopping. Most places in the Quran, it's incorrect to pause. So for someone to say, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyaka na'budu wa Iyaka nasta'een, Ihdina as-sirata, this is wrong. You don't need to take a breath. The time needs to be more between each stop. Because it's stopping, not pausing.
So, was that pausing?
I don't know. You tell me. Listen. Again. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin Iyaka na'budu wa Iyaka nasta'een. Was that enough time between each ayah?
No.
Not enough time. It's not enough time for me to take a breath. Usually people don't take a breath like that. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. You can't. You can't. That's good. That's good. But how I was saying it, that's too fast. It's not enough time between each ayah.
So if somebody read like that,
That's wrong.
They can't read.
Sorry, what?
Some people read faster than what you just did.
It's not about reading fast, my sister. It's about the pause in between each stop. How long is it?
Some people don't.
That's wrong.
What if there was no pause or stop? Continuous.
If you continue, you continue. But if you're going to stop, you stop properly. Yes. Then that's enough time to take a breath. You're okay. So the bare minimum is enough time to take a breath. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Or قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. That's wrong. Why? Because there's not enough time between each ayah to take a breath.
I'll tell you, 80%
In fact,
of people read it like that.
It's wrong.
wait, so pausing is wrong?
In most of the Quran, it is wrong to pause. Most places. Okay? What? It's okay, but just a little bit longer between the ayah. قل هو الله أحد الله.
Allahu Samad.
But you hear it, right? The time. It's just a small difference, but enough time to breathe. Does that make sense? Yes. I will. So we understand the difference between pausing and stopping, al-waqf and sakt. Do you understand the difference? Is that clear?
So pausing is not good.
Most of the time. Okay. Only 4 places in the Quran for hafs you can pause. Right? 2 of them are clear. They are وَقِيلَ مَنْ رَاقَ Surah Al-Qiyamah. That's a pause. وَقِيلَ مَنْ رَاقَ That's a pause.
Is it, because, that was because of the scene.
Well, the scene tells you that there's a pause, that you should pause. Not because of the scene. The scene is there because this is how it's recited. Not the other way around.
So it's the same to what Kalmar.
Yes. كلا بل ران على قلوبهم. Pause.
Well, don't you usually pause, when there's like a jam?
That's not a pause, that's a stop. تفضلي. You have 2 options. Either you stop on مرقدنا, then it's a stop. مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن. That's a stop. Or مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن. You see the difference? You have 2 options. Either you stop or you... And there's a 4th one in Surah Al-Kahf. وَلَمْ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ عِوَجًا قَيِّمًا. That's if you stop. Or that's if you pause. Or you can stop. وَلَمْ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ عِوَجًا قَيِّمًا لِيُنذِرَ. That's a stop. أَأَنْتُمْ أَشَدُّ خَلْقًا أَمِ السَّمَاءُ بَنَاهَا. Alright,
So that one you have to stop.
you stop. You don't have to stop, but you
Is
stop.
there-
What if
is
you're
it-
gonna stop? stop.
Is it because of like doing
Stop. Yeah.
Some people, I think that some people like stop and realistically continue with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Stopping. There was another topic under med that I wanted to cover before this, and I kind of forgot it. Now I just remembered it. Can we do that?
Yeah.
As a finale for med? Grand finale for med?
Maybe. Continue.
We have class on Saturday.
Inshallah.
So the discontinuing is that you stop and go.
Discontinuing, you stop and you keep going. You finish, you close the book and you move.
Can you give one example?
وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. Close the book and you walk away.
So
You're not reading anymore.
is it basically when the ayah finishes and when the surah is done?
That's an example. When the surah is done is an example. When the ayah is done is an example.
So this is not the same discontinuing when you're out of breath. Like
When you're out of breath, you stop.
in the middle of the ayah.
That's stopping. Because you're cutting your recitation and you intend to continue. And there's enough time for you to take a breath. That's what that is.
Wait, would it be stopping if, so let's just say I was like doing Raja and I'm like Nas and then I just went off straight away. So that'd be stopping.
Are you taking a breath?
Yeah, each of them. Is it only enough time to take one breath or multiple?
The minimum is enough time to take one breath. Or you can take 25 breaths, I think. Alright. So I'm going to erase this. And we'll revisit this inshallah Saturday. So, yeah.
Saturday, is the course going to be at the Tajweed course or is it going to be...
I didn't hear you. Say that again.
Saturday, is the course going to be like at the Tajweed course or is it going to be like outside the course?
Saturday? No. We're going to talk about waqf and ibtida. Stopping and starting. Alright, so the types of med that we covered. Right?
Different types.
Right, so we covered, the original, and then we said then there's the secondary med, and the secondary med has, right?
Yes.
So for the secondary med, the ones that are significant for making a med long, the ones that are significant, meaning, more than two, right? The ones that are significant are compulsory, connected, which is also mandatory, disconnected, equals optional, incidental, and exchange.
Except for this compulsory mean again.
It's a rule.
Lazim, compulsory, means it's never gonna just unchanging. Lazim. Right. So now sometimes you'll run into a word, for example. قالوا أنؤمن كما آمن السفهاء. Okay? So now, what type of method is this? Okay.
Isn't it heavy?
Show of hands. متصل. So you're saying it is connected mandatory. Why? So there's a med alif. After the med alif, there's a hamza. The hamza and the med are in the same word. So that's connected mandatory. Right? You agree? Oh. The med is to tell you that it's long. But now that you're an expert, you don't need the med. واجب متصل نسميه. متصل واجب متصل. I'm sorry, what?
What is that supposed to mean? I'm sure.
This. Connected mandatory.
No, like, is it like the letters?
What is what the letters? So these are
The letters and wajib.
types of med. Types of med. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is connected mandatory, correct? At the same time, there's a sukoon after. So it has two causes for med. So which one is stronger? So two causes for med means that it's permissible to do 2, 4, or 6. Right? Can we do 2, 4, or 6 here? No, you can't. So they order when there are two causes for med. This is the order of strength. This is the order of strength. Okay? So this med is permissible to do 4, 5, or 6.
So you can't do 1, 2?
Why 4, 5, or 6? Yeah.
Because of scribbling alignment.
I'm sorry, what?
Because of the scribbling alignment.
So because the connected mandatory met is permissible to do 4 or 5. It's not lazim.
No, I said, she said 6.
Incidental. Adat al-sukun.
2, 4, 6.
So it's permissible to do 2, 4, or 6. So this is not an option. The 2. In that case, is not an option. Why? Because this one is stronger. So the 2 option is no longer there.
But it's not a mad lazim too? What the alif before the hamza?
So what kind of lazim is it? Is it in a word?
In the same word.
It's in the same word. Is it heavy or is it light?
It's light.
It's light. So the only word that has med lazim that is light is al-an. No other word.
Okay.
So this one I put a sukoon because you're stopping.
Is it the only way to write it?
I didn't hear you say that again, please.
What's the word under
Wajib muttasil. Yeah, it does look a little weird, doesn't it? Jaiz munfasil.
You put 2 dots.
Jaiz munfasil. So the stronger of the two, right, takes. So now it's permissible to do 6 because this one also has its weight. But 2 is not an option in that. An exchange we said is what? 2.
Like, next to compulsory is 6.
Yes. 6 counts. Give me another example. How much time do we have before Iqamah?
No, Iqamah at 6 minutes.
So we have 1 here, we have 1 here, and we have 1 here. 3 mads, right?
Wait, does that say وجاء وأباه?
Right. So the first med, ja. What kind of med is that? Right, connected. So how many counts? 4 or 5. Ja, 4 or 5. Okay. What about the oo part?
It's the second one, 4 or 5.
Which one? Disconnected? But it's a hamza that has a waw after it. Has a med after it.
But they still, you have the mat in the last word, the last letter of the first word, and then the hamza is the mat.
Right, but this is
Oh, so
a hamza with a dhamma followed by a waw with a sukun.
So 2 is exchange?
Exchange, we said a hamza followed by a med. So this applies. Hamza followed by a med.
I was thinking only if they can, like the word you gave yesterday, like and things like that.
Anytime there's a hamza followed by a med, this exchange. So that applies here. So this is exchangement. Is it exchangement?
Yes.
If I say so? What do you mean if I say so? It's a hamza followed by a med.
I was thinking there's a reason why it's called exchange.
That's the reason. There's a hamza followed by a med. The reason it's called exchange is because it's a hamza followed by a med. Right? So which one is it?
So if it's a hamza followed by a mat, then it's 4 to 5.
So there are 2 causes that are acting on this one med. This one med has 2 causes acting on it. You have to pick one.
We picked the first one,
Which one is stronger?
the disconnected one is stronger.
So it needs to be 4 or 5. Okay. And the last one, ba in abahum,
Not mostly.
tabi'a, natural mint, short.
That's short.
Right.
That's the asli one.
No issues.
So how you read this first one?
How do I read what?
Huh?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
What? How you do the math? Because the ja is going to be 4 to 5, and then the oo is going to do 4 to 5, even if you're going to stop.
You tell me if you stop, what do you do? stop, why are you doing 2, 4, and 6?
This is added the sukoon.
Where's the sukoon?
Then the wow won't have it. Oh,
So if you stop, it becomes. This is supposed to have an alif. I forgot about that. What kind of med is it then?
if it's the one word, then we're gonna call it the asli. Waja'u. If it's one word, exchange.
Ooh, it's exchange. And how long is the exchange meant?
Wait,
Doesn't matter if that's.
so is it like seconds?
Doesn't matter what. I mean, in the Quran, it's always going to have a squiggly line. But the squiggly line is to tell you that it's long. But now you know why it's long, so you don't need the squiggly line anymore. What's that? So this is the order of strength. When we see two causes acting on one med, this is the order of strength. Then we're going to make salah, inshallah. There's a line of poetry that helps. It's in Arabic.
Sheikh, that comment like right now.
Yeah. Unless let's make salah.
That would help you with the top line if you put some hard
I'm sorry, what?